Hey, this is Matt. Once again, what about the end of the video? There's another paid request, this time for Richard. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for Cannibal the Musical, which I've seen this film before. It came out in 1993, give or take. It's by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the guys who would create South Park. Now, this is something they did when they were in college, in film school. It's become a cult film. I know Troma bought it and released it. Even more so when South Park became such a big hit. And like I said, it's a film they shot in film school and college for like $125,000. And it's based very, very, very loosely on Alferd Packer, the Colorado Cannibal, where the story of that is him and 5 men, they're crossing the San Juan Mountains, and something's led to another. He was the only survivor, and whether it was someone killed the others and he killed the person in self-defense or something else happened, he had to eat flesh in order to survive the winter. And so he was sentenced to death, or he was going to do a hanging on him. But then, he got 40 years in prison, or how the hell it came about. Now, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the thing with me, South Park has grown on me. Thanks to people like Edward, who sent in requests for me to see the episodes more and more so. I've grown to like South Park. I may not like every episode, but a good chunk of them I've enjoyed, and I've chuckled, I've laughed, and I thought have been fun, to be fair. I've enjoyed quite a bit of them. I like the South Park movie. It's bigger, longer, and cut. Haven't seen the other movies that have been done. But yeah, I've definitely grown to like, especially Butters, that character. Basketball, I don't mind for what it is. Basketball, I thought is decent. I could never get into Team America. Could never get into it. I don't know why. Just, I get the appeal. Just was never for me. Orgasmo, never did anything for me either. And I don't know, sometimes their humor just, I don't know, just different tastes of humor, I don't know. Like, this is a film that never really did anything for me. It's my second time watching it, give it more of a fair chance. Thanks for that, Richard. And I can appreciate what they did with a low budget. It does look rough around the edges. But this idea of taking this cannibal story and it's a Western, which is pretty hard to do in a low budget of Western with the clothes and how to make the towns look like the Old West. And then making a musical on top of it, which has lived on. People have done stage musical plays based on this. So it definitely has lived on. It's definitely known as a cult film. Also, maybe this won't be a rant because while I didn't like the film, I've seen so much worse movies. Yeah, I think since the last time I saw this film, I've seen Neil Breen films, I've seen nostalgia critic films, I've seen Nemesis has a part 5, I've seen Kingdom of Var, I've seen Alien Beasts, I've seen Shit That'll Turn You White, I've seen Shit That'll Go Into Your Pants. I've seen a lot of terrible, terrible stuff. And this is at least trying to be a parody, a comedy. There are a handful of moments that made me chuckle a bit. But, the musical numbers, I can appreciate Trey Parker, pretty good voice. which is funny, which led into South Park being a musical, the first movie, and worked well in that. But I think that works. Those songs for me are more funny to listen to than this. But yeah, I can understand the appeal. Whether him singing, what was the first song? The sky is blue, the leaves are green, the sun is warm as a baked potato. Shabonkle day. I can't fucking sing for shit, so I applaud Trey Parker for being able to carry a tune. Granted, it's not a song I've ever listened to again, even for shits and giggles, but there's other songs like We're Tired of Being Sick, We're Tired of Being Poor. There's a song he does because his horse ran off on him, and a bit of the song is, to be on top of you, of course, meaning, as a horse. But when you look into the fact, I didn't know this before when I saw it the first time. When he was doing this, he had, I guess, a fiance, Trey Parker, who left him, and they were going to get married, and she left or cheated on him. They cheated on him and left. So Leanne, the horse, became sort of his thought process of deal with this cheated bitch fiance. I thought a lot of the film, though, just dragged. I thought a lot of the film was kind of boring. One thing I did chuckle at is when they get to Native Americans, but they're all played by Asians. Like, every Native American is played by Asians. Yeah, we are. See, we have TPs. And I think even Trey Parker, yeah, they're Native Americans. Look, they have TPs. I like the first thing one of them says is, "Who are you, assholes?" Yes, other assholes were here. Oh, just something about that was so random and so that quirky, eccentric quality in the last South Park episodes that that is one of the things that got a chuckle out of me. Also, they have a song about building the snowman before Frozen, the movie, the Disney movie. And I love that in the middle of the song, one of the people watching, he says something to the fact of, "This fucker's gone completely nuts." That's just an off the wall comment, but it's actually a very realistic comment. I think that's what made me laugh about is that's what someone would say in real life if they see just a random person singing and building a snowman. It's like, this fucker's gone completely nuts. That did make me chuckle. And I guess I didn't even tell the story. It's loosely based on it, where Trey Parker is Alferd Packer, and him and the group of men are going to another place to mine for more gold, stake a claim, and then they'll get the other people over there. On their journey, they meet these asshole fur trappers. One of them is called Frenchie. They also meet, like I said, these Native Americans. At one point, the horse runs off and has their food, and they're like, "What the fuck? What happened to it?" And they're pissed off about it. They don't know what to do. One of them's going more and more mental. And then to the point that one of them gets shot in the head. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then they think, "Well, what are we going to do next?" "Oh, let's try to eat them." So a guy keeps cutting up. "No, not that. Not the butt." "Well, what do you want?" "Not the butt." Just would, if he did, would give a whole new meaning to eating ass, huh? Eating ass. Man doesn't want to be an ass eater. I can understand. Now there's a bit of gore, like at the very, very beginning. I didn't mention there's some over-the-top gore where this arm gets ripped off and he's beating the crap out of someone with an arm. A tongue gets ripped out. All the throat getting ripped out, and you realize it's so over the top and gory because this is what someone is describing in a courtroom, and Alferd Packer's on trial at the beginning, and then when he's talking to this woman, he's telling his point of view of what happened, and then a good chunk of the film is this backstory, this flashback, I should say, of how it led up to this. Sometimes because the low budget, the sound quality is a bit dog shit. Other times it's fine. You even have a sort of a Friday the 13th type of guy where as they're going, the guy goes, "You're doomed. You're all doomed." At times people wear beards, and it's obviously such a fake beard just glued on there. And they do some clever stuff, like the person who won't die, like a lot of horror films. Like the guy gets a meat cleaver to the face and he keeps going, then he gets some stabbed in the eye, but he keeps going. Then he gets a pickaxe in the chest and he's almost, keep going. They at one point meet a guy who's got one eye cyclops, and as he's talking, this pus keeps spitting out. And wants to make sure that their fellow Southern men. So there are moments that made me chuckle, and at least the musical numbers, the tone of the song is not too awful. Because even Trey Parker does have a good singing voice. Matt Stone doesn't have a lot. I think even when I first I had a review of this up, but then I don't know what happened to it. It was up for a little bit, but then honestly, I look back on it and there's like sound issues, and I had the handheld microphone, and I'm doing these pauses, and then the sound was all so I like got rid of it because it was crap. So, I mean, thanks to Richard for giving me another chance to talk about it. So, I can understand the appeal. People who are into that, it's what they're into, and they'll get some fun out of it. And I guess because it's a student film, I say student film. It wasn't done for. I say that only because it was done while film school, so it wasn't done for the school. It was done during school. I guess also I read up that some of the people failed film history class because they were working on the movie. It's just not a film I would ever watch again. Unless for a request. Like I said, I would stick with South Park more, Baseball. Those are probably more my cup of tea when it comes to Trey Parker. Matt Stone, I don't really know what he did with this. I mean, I guess kind of like the South Park, he does a little bit here and there, but it's more of the creativity, the writing behind the scenes. While Trey Parker, he's more of the guy up front, because Trey Parker voices Cartman and a lot of the characters on South Park. And just like here, he's the star of the show. Baseball, Matt Stone was the cohort, but Trey Parker was the star. Orgasmo, he was the star. I guess what I'm going on about that is I wonder why they never reversed it where Matt Stone was the star of one of these films. Maybe it's not what Matt Stone wants. Maybe it's not his cup of tea. Maybe it's not his desire. But I just find it funny that a lot of the projects they do, Matt Stone's kind of. But again, maybe that's his personal choice. It's like, no, Trey Parker, you do it. You be the star of it. You lead it. Then, and the spoiler alert for the ending, when it goes to the finale, they're ready to hang him, and find out that maybe there's a bit more to his story, he's a bit more innocent than people make it out to be, and the fur trapper's like, no, someone want to see bloodshed? What do you gotta give him bloodshed? Otherwise, it's no good. And so that Asian Native American comes up behind him. He's like, "You are a bad man," and cuts the guy's head off. Like that did make me chuckle. And when the head bounces, it goes ow, 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 ow. That did make me laugh. That did make me chuckle. And then they have sort of another, like a lot of horror films, the cheap shock ending where the guy who got the pickaxe and stab in the eye and the meat cleaver, he's still alive. And it's, again, that parody making fun of that cliche. It's just a lot of it dragged, a lot of it felt boring. It's not because of its low budget, not a good looking film. It's not a film that's nice on the eyes. At times with the sound quality, it's not really nice on the ears. The other supporting actors, they're tolerable. I think the smaller guy, there's like a short guy in the group, I think he would go on to be in Basketball with Trey and Matt. I believe it's the same guy. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. And, I mean, if you're a big fan of Trey Parker and Matt Stone, feel free to give it a watch. Like I said, I'm probably more tolerable now than I was then because I've seen so many worse films. And this, I give a bit of leniency. But at the same time, I can't. If someone asked, "Are you a fan of it?" No, because I felt it was a bit of a chore to watch and a bit of a chore to sit through. It just, I think maybe this would work better as a short film, like a 30-minute. Take the highlights. I think as a 30-minute film, it would work better, at least to me. Maybe 40, 45-minute film for that. Some of the longer. Like I said, the songs, they weren't appealing, but at the same time, I can get how it would appeal to others. And how silly and goofy they are. And yeah, at least Trey Parker, his voice is not hot garbage trash. So it feels like your ears are bleeding. And Freddy Krueger is going to make you explode. Nice hearing from you, Carlos. So, Cannibal the Musical is what it is. You either seen it, or you know about it, or you'll check it out for yourself, or you will. And you've already made up that decision based on the title and who these guys are. So, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.